morning, guys. I thought today we could just sit down and have a coffee chat. Just about everything that's been going on, life, how I've been feeling, and pretty much just be an open book this morning. I don't know why, but after I had strep throat, I just kind of felt in a rut and I felt very stuck. I mentally was not in a good headspace. I was very down and out and depressed and sad, and there were multiple days in a row that I just cried, and I couldn't really pinpoint why I was feeling the way I was feeling. And I feel like before I got strep throat, I was on a roll. I was in a good mood every week. I had, my weeks planned. I was knocking out videos and recording stuff and feeling great. And I don't know if it was just because I got sick and I had that downtime that I had just a hard time picking up the camera and really wanting to record. And then I kind of started slowly getting back into it, and it felt good, but I was still in a weird mind space, and I just tried to get myself out of it. I started eating healthy again. I started working out again, moving my body. I just started doing things that I knew would help me mentally and help me kind of get out of that funk. And I still kind of feel even kind of getting back in the swing of things, I still sort of feel like I'm kind of still in it and still trying to fight my way out. Last night, I got in bed and I was just sad, and I couldn't tell you why I was sad. I just felt an overwhelming of emotions, and I just cried. And I feel bad too because my husband was asking what was wrong, but I couldn't pinpoint where the emotions were coming from. I just was sad. So I don't know if it's also because the last few nights I have had awful sleep. Last night I couldn't fall asleep again. And the night before that I was up till midnight because I just felt like I was tired, but I could not get myself to fall asleep. I wasn't comfortable. I was tossing and turning. And last night I started to do that as well. And I don't know if it's because the weather's changing and it's getting warmer and maybe I was just hot. I couldn't tell you. But sleep for me the last few nights has been just really weird and really off. And I think that's just putting me in a weird space as well. And I'm really trying everything that I can to get myself out of feeling that way. I, deal with my mental health. I know, what it feels like when I'm down and out. And I know usually what I have to do to just get myself going again. Kind of going out to Walmart and shopping and doing a video about, sizing and stuff like that was just a way to get myself out of the house too. I think with being at home all the time and creating content, I just spend a lot of time at home, and I think sometimes just getting out of the house and going and doing something is helpful, just so I don't feel like I'm just kind of stuck. I also, in my Instagram post, talked about us, trying to conceive. And I also think that's put me in a weird headspace because due to having irregular periods, I, am having a hard time getting pregnant. And I do have a trying to conceive series that I think I'm going to share soon, because I just want to, talk about it with you guys and let you know like what I'm going through and how I'm feeling. And I, met with a new OBGYN. He's great. We talked about everything. I am on medication to help, my body go through the process of ovulation. But I just think that it's kind of put me also in a weird mindset, knowing that like getting pregnant can be harder. And now I'm taking these medications to, regulate my period and to help me ovulate. And like, I don't really know the toll that's putting my body through. And I don't know if some of this stuff that I'm recently dealing with or feeling has to do with that. But I think I've been just very in my own head about it. Just knowing that it could take us longer to get pregnant is, not ideal, because me and Ken, before we got married, talked about starting a family. And now that we're married, we want to start a family. We want to have children. And just kind of knowing that it's not going to be as easy as it would for other people who, don't struggle with irregular periods. It just kind of sucks. And I also know that there are a lot of people out there who struggle with fertility and struggle with getting pregnant. And I now just like, I feel so connected to them, because it's just not easy when you really want to be a mom. And, life or how it works for women is just not working for you. And I've kind of been trying to hold it all together. It's hard sometimes when you feel a certain way, or you feel like it's not going to happen for you, and the emotions all get intertwined. And I also think maybe that's why I've been down in the dumps, because, just going through everything. And, when we started trying every month, getting that pregnancy test that, was negative, or getting a period, which meant you didn't get pregnant, it was just hard. And I think going to a doctor and talking to somebody was enlightening, because, you're able to figure out what you need to do, and you're able to learn like a little bit more about what your body's going through. And I think for me, just educating myself a little bit on, what's going on in my body and why I might be, going through what I'm going through has been great. And like I said, I have created videos around this, and I think that I'm going to start sharing them with you guys, just so you can kind of see the process of that. I was kind of holding off on when I wanted to release them, but I think that I would rather just have them come out in like real time to share it with you guys, instead of just kind of not sharing it. I like sharing about life, and I like to share about the things that I go through. And I think that this is something that I'm going through that a lot of people, or a lot of women, will connect with, because, dealing with fertility is rough, and it's hard, and it's emotional. And, I've watched other people's stories, I've watched, other people's vlogs, and it does make you feel less alone going through it. And I do think that's put a toll on my mental health, because, it makes me sad when I get my period, or when I get a negative pregnancy test. and it makes me, spiral and get depressed. And again, I've had moments where I'm like, maybe I'm not meant to be a mom, maybe it's just not going to happen for me. And I just have to kind of just breathe and say, it's going to happen. It's just going to take time. And we're going to do whatever it takes to, get pregnant, whatever medications I need to take, whatever I need to try. Ultimately, we did have the conversation that if we don't end up getting pregnant or there's issues getting pregnant, that we would look into adoption. And I know that adoption can be expensive, but I mean, taking medicine, if I had to do IVF, all those stuff are expensive. And, we're going to try whatever we can try, but if it doesn't work and ultimately we're struggling, I still want to be a mom, even if it's not a child that I give birth to. I would still love to love on a child and raise a kid and be there for that child, even if it's not mine. And me and Ken have talked about that and have agreed that if that comes to that, then that's what we will do. But, we will get there when we get there, and we'll just keep trying. And I don't know how many followers I have that are religious, but I kind of have just put my, put it down and put my life in God's hands. And I've prayed that, He blesses my body and helps me through this time. And, He knows, what the future is, and He knows when we're going to get pregnant. So I'm just kind of releasing that out into the world, into the universe, and to God, and saying, I'm just going to let it be, and we will kind of go from there. But I just kind of wanted to chat with you guys this morning about how I've been feeling and what I've been going through. And I am still very excited about sharing my, body positivity journey. I am excited to explore the different areas of that and continuously share it with you guys. I even wrote in my Instagram post that I still love, creating vlogs. I love that process. I think that I want to get back into Instagram and stuff like that, but I feel so stuck with what kind of content I want to create. I think that at times I'm just overthinking it, or I just kind of feel lost in my own head about the things I want to do. I feel so overwhelmed with trying to create a certain type of content, and I kind of feel like I want to just go back to just posting pictures and posting stuff that we're doing without it really having a meaning to it. When Instagram first started, it was just posting to post whatever you wanted to put on there. And then I feel like the more I got into it and I got into mental health, I was posting a lot about mental health. And then going into this year with, doing my body positivity journey, I was posting about that. And, then Reels came in, and then Shorts came in on YouTube. And I feel like there's just been a lot of pressure to keep up with everything that's going on. And I kind of just want to go back to the basics and just kind of go back to the simpler time of just posting to post because you want to share something with others, and you took a cute picture, or you went somewhere and you took photos and you had fun, and that's what you want to post. And I think I'm just going to start sharing that. I'm also still, going to share how I'm doing and what I'm doing. But I think for me, just going back to just something more simple and not so much thinking is kind of where I want to be. and what I want to do. And of course, I think as I get back into it, I will definitely, have videos surrounding, again, my mental health and my body positivity journey. But I just don't want to focus too much on that because I feel like I'm just overwhelmed with what I want to do and how I want to do it. And maybe that too has put me in a weird headspace. Like, I just think everything that's going on right now for me and just everything that I'm going through has just put a toll mentally on me. And I've just kind of tried to sweep it off to the side. And I think that's just made things worse. And maybe that's why I've just been so emotional and, trying to figure things out, because I'm kind of just putting myself through a ringer and really not focusing on what I need to be focusing on. So I also think maybe just taking a mental health day and just taking care of myself and connecting to myself and journaling or doing whatever I need to do would probably be a really good idea. But again, I just wanted to chat with you guys. Just talk about what's been going on with me and the things I want to share and how, things are going since I have been better since I was sick. It felt great to change over my closet after I was sick. That kind of got me going again, but again, even after that, I was still just felt like I was just being repetitive. Like, I kind of felt for a while that I was just creating to create, and I was kind of losing the joy of it. And then going into this week, I kind of started doing it differently and kind of just enjoying the process again. And I think that's the most important thing about creating videos, is that you need to just enjoy what you're doing. And when you don't enjoy it anymore, it kind of just feels like you have to do it instead of just enjoying, creating and editing and everything behind it. I've always said that about everything I do, is I have to really enjoy it to do it. And once I don't enjoy doing it, then it's just not fun to do anymore. So I'm trying to get myself back into just enjoying the creative process, not just on YouTube, but on Instagram. And, just getting back into being a content creator that loves to create, no matter if it's good or not. Because I am a very creative person. I just have to figure out how to do that again, tap into it, and continue doing it the way I love to do it. So thanks for sitting down with me this morning and chatting with me. And like I said, I think I will, release my Trying to Conceive series with you guys, just to have you come along with me along the way and, be able to kind of see what we're going through. But other than that, I am making the best of life, and I am gonna continue making the best of life and sharing it with you guys, because I definitely enjoy that. And creating videos and stuff has brought me so much joy, and I just kind of want to continue on that path of being happy with just creating. So, good morning, guys. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will talk to you guys real soon in the next vlog. Bye, guys.